Hello guys and gals, and welcome to another episode of Unique Items. Today we're going to be talking about a pair of boots that will help you walk on water. They are known as the Waterwalk boots. They're not exactly the most amazing pair of boots in the world, but they do have some nice effects on them, and we're going to talk about them together. So, right off the bat, you'll notice that they have 124 defense, 47 strength requirement, which is not very high, and level 32 requirement on the boots, which again is not very high. So definitely some boots that you can utilize on lower level characters. We also have a 20% faster run walk, which is not the greatest. Obviously 40% is the max, and 30% is kind of like the one that people settle for. 20% is not as good. But it's nice that they have faster run walk on them as opposed to none. We also have 200% 10% enhanced defense on these, which does vary from 180 to 210%. We have 100 defense versus missile, which around this level at 32, you are actually coming across quite a few ranged monsters, and it could actually help you quite a bit. Later on in the game, 100 defense versus missile isn't really going to do you very good, but around this level could be useful. We also get 15 to dexterity on these, which is very nice for certain characters who could really use large amounts of dexterity. Dexterity is also going to help you with your block chance. So you notice I have 63% block chance right now, and when I put on the water walks, I go to 71% block chance, because block chance is part of the calculation for block chance is the amount of dexterity that you have. They also have plus 65 to life, which does vary a little bit from 45 to 65. So if you find it perfect for a pair of water walks, it would be 210% ED with 65 to life, which is nice. It also has 40 to maximum stamina and 50% stamina heal, which means if you put these on, you're not going to have any stamina issues. Around level 32, you might still have stamina issues. But usually toward the end of the game, it's not a big deal, and you don't really care. We also have plus 5% to maximum fire resistance on here, which means that we're going to go from our fire resistance of 90%, as you can see right now that I currently have 90% fire resistance. And we put these on, we will go up to a cap of 95%, and provided that you actually have the fire resistance to reach that number, you will go up to 95% fire resistance. If you don't have any other sources of increased maximum resistance, you will only be at 75%, obviously, plus 5, which is going to get you to 80, which is still going to be a nice little bonus. So you could utilize these to cap off your fire resistance in a setup. Depends on what kind of character you're running or whether you're trying to hit those maximum numbers. But anyway you slice it, that 5% maximum fire resistance is going to help protect you from fire damage. Now, who could potentially utilize these boots? Well, they're pretty generic boots. Just about anybody could utilize the defense, the faster run walk, the life, the dexterity. The dexterity would be good on a Amazon to help her utilize her bows. The dexterity could be used very well on a melee character to help put on a very high dexterity item like a phase blade, which is 109 dex. You could put on these boots with a lot of different characters to utilize that 15 to dexterity. And as I also said, they're also very good if you want to utilize them for the increased block chance, which is very nice. All in all, though, I feel like they're outclassed by a lot of other boots. Specifically because they don't really have anything super special on them. They don't have like Crushing Blow and Deadly Strike like Gore Riders. They don't have like plus Skeleton Mastery like Marrow Walks. They don't have Blaze effects like Inferno Strides. They're just all around generically good boots, and that's really all there is to it. You can also upgrade these, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to upgrade these to the higher tier. Now to do this, we're going to need a Lem, a Co, and a Perfect Diamond, and we're going to put these in the cube. And we're going to go from 124 defense. We're going to go from 47 strength and level 32 to 192 defense, 91 strength, and level 56. Not a bad upgrade. The defense upgrade there was actually kind of nice. The strength didn't go too high, and the level requirement also didn't go too high. So a pretty solid upgrade. If you were utilizing these in your build for the increase to life, the increase to dex, and the increase to maximum fire resistance, I could definitely see doing the upgrade on these. That would definitely be worth it. 100%. There's really not a lot more to say about boots like these. I mean, they're kind of just generic boots. They have a nice boost to life. They have a nice boost to dexterity, and the defense on them isn't terrible. But if you're going for maximum faster run walk, these are definitely not the right choice because you could find boots that have 40% faster run walk on them. Let's take a look at Silo's pen and let's get an idea of where possibly we could find this pair of boots if we were looking for them, right? So here we're over on Silo's pen, and because the boots are relatively low-level boots, we're going to assume that we have 0% magic find, and we're in players 1. So we're just looking for a nice pair of boots at the end of normal difficulty. And let's look at bosses first, and we're going to go to, of course, Waterwalks. Bink. And in normal difficulty, not a lot of choices there. It looks like Bale is the only monster in normal difficulty that can drop these boots. And as far as super uniques go, the Prowlist is probably equally as grim. So it looks like Pindleskin in normal difficulty is your only real good choice there. Thresh Socket, not bad either. And of course, if you're farming Bale, but that's a really terrible chance at 1 in 718,088, so kind of awful. Let's take a look at all difficulties here. And let's go back to bosses. So we've got a pretty good chance from Andariel in Nightmare. Not bad. Mephisto in Nightmare, also a pretty good chance. And Diablo and Bale in Nightmare, both all really good chances. So so it looks like in Nightmare difficulty, Andariel might be your best bet. We also have Super Uniques. And the Cow King in Nightmare. We also have the Countess in Hell difficulty, not really the best choice. Bonash in Nightmare difficulty, a very easy to get to monster in the Cathedral. You could very easily farm him over and over again, but he does have a 1 in 20,222 chance, so not the greatest. What else do we got here? Trying to see if there's any good monsters here that are easy to get to. I mean, we got Doc Farron in Nightmare difficulty, Pindleskin in Nightmare difficulty. I mean, if you're in Nightmare difficulty in Act 5 and you still don't have a good pair of boots, could be a good idea to farm for a pair from these. Looks like Treehead Woodfist in Nightmare and Rockanishu have a decent chance. These are relatively low-level monsters in Nightmare, which you could very easily get to in Act 1. So that might be your ticket there. Looks like Treehead Woodfist, Rockanishu, Bishibosh. Actually, no, Bishibosh is Hell difficulty, so unfortunately that one doesn't work. Interesting. And by interesting, I mean kind of some odd choices there for these pair of boots. They kind of have, like, not a lot of really good monsters to farm. I definitely think that Bonash, though, might be your best choice there, because Bonash is in Nightmare difficulty. He's relatively easy to farm. And normal Pindleskin. I was kind of surprised to see normal Pindleskin on the list. So so very interesting there that we can try and farm normal Pindleskin for that. But it is a 1 in, what is it, 146,854 chance. It's not exactly the best chance. I do feel like Bone Ash has a better chance and is probably just as easy to farm as Pindleskin, after all. Anyway, as always, I do appreciate you guys and gals watching my videos, even when we're walking on water. And as always, keep watching.